So I don't think I'm getting sick because I was slicing onions earlier and I basically snotted all my nose, so my nose is clear. But physically, I don't know what's going on. Like my body is in this weird state where it's fine until it's not. Like I get sore a lot more, and it's right when I start relaxing. Like when I'm in the middle of doing something, I might feel a little bit of pain or probably nothing at all. But then as soon as I decide to relax, that's when everything just tense up and it hurt. Like I don't, I don't know. I feel like my body. I feel like just everything. I'm just kind of going through it physically and kind of mentally. Just I feel like because my mind ain't necessarily in the tip top shape, so it's affecting everything else. Like earlier, like right in this little area of my neck, felt like somebody punched it. It kind of hurt to swallow. It kind of hurt to breathe. Like take deep breaths. Earlier this week, both sides of my chest was hurting. I think like the left side, like ribs was hurting. Thighs good. Knees down, which that's from riding a bike, but I feel like my legs have been giving out. Not really giving out because they still work properly, but I feel like the combination of like being on my feet more consistently and riding my bike and with the way I've been feeling kind of just hasn't really helped. And then don't even get me started on this. Jeez. I get occasional headaches. And when I have headaches, I usually turn into a more negative type of person because like my attitude gets worse. I start hating people more, which I mean people in general just kind of suck. I've been seeing a lot of examples of that, especially when it comes to driving. People aggravating. I mean, I still like people, but it's just like I'm really starting not to want to put up with certain type of things, and it's just like certain people have just frustrated me more just because I'm kind of tired of the consistent BS. But yeah, there's that. Normally when I come home from work or when I'm usually in pain from work, I usually try to take a nap, but now I can't sleep. Like there's been a couple days where I'd be staying up, like I'd just be sitting in bed with my eyes closed, not sleeping because my body just refuses to get tired. That's another thing. Like I remember yesterday when I was taking a nap and I already kind of wasn't feeling it to begin with. But usually when I take a nap, I close my eyes, I have my headphones in, and then I'll just be knocked out for hours. But I woke up because my mom was watching something. I was looking at it, and I was still kind of like not fully awake. So I was like, all right, let me go back to sleep. I closed my eyes. I could not get tired again, and it's just like it's been like that for a couple of days where I just can't sleep. So I literally just be sitting in my bed like can't sleep. And the even funnier thing to me is that when everything seems to go wrong with like the I guess the environment or my body, that's when everything is a lot clearer in my head. So it's like I get focused in chaos, which makes a lot of sense actually because I just get to a point where I'm like, okay, these are the things that I need to focus on and do and deal with instead of just trying to focus on everything. And at the same time, it's like I said, I've been in pain, but like my body doesn't care. Like I was I work a lot and well at the same time I feel it, my body is just like, so what? Another thing that I've noticed as of a couple weeks ago after my first bout of my biggest bout of depression is that I'm very touch starved. Like the next day from after being like hella depressed, I went downstairs and I hugged my mom. This has been like the first time I hugged her. I might have hugged her earlier this year. My family is kind of shoot, both sides of the family kind of weird when it comes to hugs. My mom wasn't really hugged when she was a kid, so she don't really hug me. And me and my dad, we just don't really hug in general. Cause I think I hugged my dad sometime this year, but I don't know when the last time before that I hugged him. It's like this girl. She don't know who I'm talking about when she if she sees this, but there's this girl that you know I got real comfortable making physical contact with. So, occasionally I just walk up to her and hold her and stuff like that. And I got real comfortable with that. And I realized I slowly started getting attached to her because I was able to kind of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? But I can't really think of it, but I was able to kind of relieve some of that touch starvedness from, I guess, from just, being able to make contact with her often enough in the day. And that's not necessarily a good thing when said person isn't like somebody you can constantly make contact with, I guess. I feel like anybody that just observes me can kind of just tell like certain things, cuz like I like playing in my friend's hair, and also like me and my other friend, we just have random like dance montages. It's like I'm kind of very weird. So it's just like random things that, as I observe from myself, and I think about, how I interpret, not really how I interpret, but what I get, the feeling I get from these different type of interactions. I've been able to get, since my head has been clear, I've been able to really understand why it is I'm the way I am. And yeah, so it's understandable. And I say all the things I say on Snapchat in general, to kind of like, if somebody watches this, they can get a better understanding of me and maybe their self. And I do all this because another thing I've been thinking about is the fact that the more opportunities I get to express, like, I notice that I'm really good at understanding situations that myself am in and that other people are in, and I can give advice based on the situations and from prior experience that I know and such. So I feel like, I've always wanted to use social media as a platform anyway to just kind of discuss. It's just I don't really have like people that necessarily go to me often where I can express this knowledge. But I feel like if I keep making opportunities for myself and I keep exploring my mind and other people's minds and just doing this more consistently, that I can really use my talents to for life, basically. And I'm saying all of this to basically say that even though it seems like there's a whole lot going wrong or going on with myself, I'm still good. Like, I guess I'm getting very comfortable with the situations that I'm in because I have a better understanding of it than when I was younger. And I'm still learning to understand myself even more and further elevate myself where I need to go. So, I guess that's kind of a lesson. Even when things seem like they're terrible, everything is going wrong, there's still room for growth and understanding and bettering yourself. So, not everything is as bad as it seems, and a lot of good comes with some bad, but like they say, what they say, look, it takes a little rain before a rainbow or something like that. All in all, for anybody that's feeling down and that really needs to hear this, because I know a lot of times I do, it gets better. Keep your head up.